Good morning, everybody. Let me pull up my chats. Let's see if anyone's in here. I am so excited today because we got to bring up our, what was it called? I held a poll on Tumblr. There we go. And we got to vote for who we were going to draw. And wouldn't you know it, we chose our resident pretty boy. Of course we did, Tripitaka. Super excited to have everybody. Oh, hello. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. We have a lot of different people from a lot of different time zones that are following me. So I'm always excited to see everybody. It is bright and early in the morning for me today. I am exhausted. Yesterday was my first week of school. Which was, as we all know, so much fun and went super smoothly, and community college is great. It's great. It's sublime, genuinely. That's a little bit small. I'm so excited to have everybody here. Oh, hello! Thank you, the top hat. Thank you, infamous puppy. Yes, yesterday on stream I said first quote, or first person to mention a hat, I will draw that hat on myself. So this morning I got up and I drew a hat on myself. It was actually harder than I thought it was gonna be. I don't think I've ever drawn a hat before in my life. Which makes me, very confident about my drawing skills. We have a bunch of different Tripitakas ready for us today. I figure we're not quite ready to do our, rig sheet. I have hiccups. Uh-oh, that's gonna be fun. Figure we're not quite ready to do our rig sheet, so I am instead going to have to just do a bunch of sketches. Oh no, I need to draw, which will be very helpful. I am not goated at drawing hats. It took so long, and it's completely uneven. This hat's gonna fall off of my head. It's okay though. Speaking of hats, let's draw this guy's hat first. That sounds like fun. That's a little too big. We're gonna draw some hats. We're gonna have some fun. How is everybody doing today? I know it's a weird time to be streaming for most people. I didn't think about how this hat was gonna work, actually. Okay. He's got these... that's the bad reference photo for his hat, actually. Both of these are bad reference photos, but I have this. It's gonna come out like that. Go up. That's really tall. Up. Up. And this one goes down. Oh yeah, I'm so good. What are we doing on Discord? I'm so excited, actually, because I haven't had the opportunity to do any, just regular old character drawing in, a while, actually. Because I've been so busy trying to figure out everybody's character sheets. I made his face very long, now that I'm looking at it. We're gonna shorten that up. But that's for later. Good morning, Tyler, or good afternoon for Tyler. Yo gang, I am so good. And Tyler's internet is being shit today. That sucks. That is a-okay, dude. Most of the people last time we did an art stream were very in and out, I think. So you are just fine. Just fine, my guy. I had a lot of fun doing all of these sketches. We're gonna wait for more people in the chat before I get to our main course that I'm sure Tyler especially is very excited about, and which I announced we would be doing in the Discord. It is coming, don't you worry. Good day to you, Tyler. So good to see you, as always. But what was I saying? I had so much fun drawing these. Actually, I have all of my references in a different folder, and you'll probably all be delighted to know that even though this is our main male character, all of these poses are female models that I found on Pinterest. Because I'm so hydrated, Daffy, thank you. Because I actually couldn't find a single interesting male pose. Male models just like standing there and being super still, and I went, that's incredibly boring. And I really don't want to draw any of these. It was just a bunch of buff, shirtless men, and I was like, that's boring, and also just not Tripitaka. So instead of buff, shirtless Tripitaka, we get Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy and his girly little poses. I think this one specifically was advertising a prom dress too. So Tripitaka, our Pretty Boy, is advertising a prom dress right now. And I'm realizing I'm drawing his whole body like he's not wearing clothes. Whatever, I'm super tired. Trippy Boy is a baddie. Don't call him a baddie. He's the goodest boy. He's a model of morality. A model of morality. That sounds like a phrase that people use. I'm gonna pull up my reference photo. You want to see Daffy in a prom dress? I'm already drawing Daffy later. The goodest baddie. He is my goodest baddie. Tripitaka is maybe not my favorite, like capital F favorite character, but he is like such a good character in that he is very, I can already tell that this pose is going to be boring if I don't add like a wind dynamic or something. But he's probably like just my favorite in that he's the most well written. And he's my baby. I mean, he's my baby. We're gonna have this come down to about ankle length. This comes in shadows over that. No Daffy drawings. Daffy, you don't understand. I was sent money. And I will do anything for money. You're getting drawn. There's no avoiding it. You are being drawn. It is inevitable. You cannot avoid it. I hit up a bunch of my friends because I was thinking about it, and I said, oh, I'm gonna draw Daffy's persona, because I think maybe drawing actually Daffy would be maybe too far. I mean, I'm not confident about too far, but maybe too far. Okay, I need to erase this arm, which sucks because this is a really good arm. Everybody needs to look at this arm really quickly and go, ooh, ah, look at this arm, ooh. Oh, hello in YouTube. I just got a viewer. Hello. Ooh, ah, thank you for the oohs and ahs. Okay, we're gonna erase this arm because it's not supposed to be here. And let's see, this is gonna be going straight over. And we'll just kind of have it defying the laws of gravity. Well, no, it's not defying anything. No. This is how gravity works, fun fact. Because it's gonna be draped over his arm. So it'll come over like this. And this is just kind of a general understanding of what it's gonna look like. And then we'll have the sleeve. Sleeve is not that big. Sleeve comes here and here. So immediately I need to redraw how I drew the Kasaya, but it's okay. And it's kind of gonna disappear under the Kasaya. And then the Kasaya actually wraps around and comes back down here. We'll have it come just like that. That's nice and simple, I think. Oh, Tyler, at least I'm able to do this before my internet kicks me. Thank you so much for the bands, 100 Little Circle Boys. I don't know the names for anything. I'm gonna be so for real with you. Tyler is also preparing himself for the tickles. We're gonna be tickling Daffy's persona. Is that what I'm hearing? I'm not quite sure. Daffy, I texted. One of the many people I texted, I said, I need to practice drawing personas. What's your persona? And Daffy knew what it was for, but nobody else really understood what I was preparing for. Thank you for the oohs and ahs, Tyler. Thank you, thank you. I assume you're very delayed, actually. But thank you so much for the oohs and ahs. Oh, do I see Clearfly in my chat? I'm not sure. Clearfly's name came up. Hi, Clearfly! Even if you're not here, shout out! Woo! But I asked a bunch of my friends, hey, do you have a fursona? And if you don't have a fursona, what's your fursona? Like, what would your fursona be? Can I design one for you? And so I have a bunch that I need to draw because I'm realizing a lot of the demons in Journey to the West, you have things like, we have things like Sun Wukong, who's the monkey king, and everybody kind of follows that. You have a wolf king, a scorpion queen, the bull king. Everybody is a different animal. So I'm going to be drawing a lot of furries for this. And despite my fursona, oh, I'm loud. Look at that. That's really funny because this morning I was really worried about how quiet I was. But wouldn't you know it, I don't actually draw a lot of furries. So I'm going full furry mode. I'm super excited for this fuzzy journey that I'm going on. My fuzzy journey west. Terrible. That was terrible. I didn't say that, guys. That was dumb. Why would I say something like that? And I didn't give him a shirt. He's got a whole peck out right here. Hold on, let's give him a shirt. This is gonna wrap all the way down here, and this is gonna come out here. And I'm looking at him, and his neck's kind of wonky. There's like a whole lot of, what is this, a trap? There's a whole lot of trap right here. And we might need to fix that real quick, because I know that it'll be easier to fix it now rather than later. So we're gonna take his whole face, and we're gonna move it slightly to the left. We'll do 13 pixels to the left, and a little bit down, methinks. Up is down, down is up. Ooh! It disappeared. Where's his face? Okay, there we go. That's pretty centered. That's pretty chill, I think. Methinks. I'm so happy that I sound good on Twitch, because I just looked over at my audio and it was so loud. So, we're fixing that. Because why is my eraser not happy with me? Hello? There we go. But so happy to see so many people so early in the morning. This is a good way to start my morning. I know it's afternoon for most of us. But I live so far away from you. That was the thing I was thinking about. Right as I got off of our stream yesterday, I got somebody on Twitter, not on Twitter, on Tumblr, who was like, oh my gosh, I live in Australia, so I just woke up and caught like literally the last 3 minutes of your stream. And I've been trying to catch your stream all week. And I was like, are you kidding me? Wait, people in Australia want to watch my stream? And I looked it up, and it's like, literally, I started at midnight today for Australia time. So, if you are catching the recording of my stream from Australia, Cinnamon Cheese especially, I love you so much. I love you so much, Cinnamon Cheese. You're like the reason I still have Tumblr. You and Public Amateur and I'm trying to think of other people that I follow, but you guys are the ones that I talk to the most. I love you guys. You guys are so fun. And I love all of my friends on Twitch and my one lurker on YouTube. I love you on YouTube. Let's see. I gotta draw the hands now. Ugh, or this foot. Which, as you can see, I put a lot of effort into over here. We'll just give him like a very basic shoe. Oh yeah, so we've been thinking about switching times up. Oh god, that brings me to another point. So it was my first day of school yesterday, and I go to a community college, which means that it's just as expensive and twice as bad as a university, because I'm a fool. And also because I'm just getting an associate's in accounting, and there's no reason to go to university for something like that. But my university, or my community college messed up my schedule and booted me off of my Tuesday-Thursday class. I had one class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so now I don't have a Tuesday-Thursday. So that means that I'm very free on Thursdays. So we might start streaming on Thursdays, which I feel a little bad about because we just barely established a routine. And then I would go and switch it up on you guys. But if we do that, then I'm not scrambling and maybe late on Mondays. So if it's in the cards, we might want to do a good ol', oh, I did the same mistake I did in the sketch. Thursday stream instead of a Tuesday stream. And if that happens, we will give you guys some warning. But I looked it up because I was really distressed that they won't be able to watch us in Australia, which is a really funny thing to be distressed about, by the way. And I'm really proud of this hand. That's a really good hand. Couple of Project Hail Marys. Ample notice. What? Couple of Project Hail Marys. I don't know what that means. But what was I saying? I'm trying to figure out what Project Hail Marys means. What was I saying? Not that was a misstep. You missed my last message. We are newbies. We get a couple of missteps. A couple of Project Hail Marys. Not that was a misstep. You missed my last message. No, I'm too tired. I can't. I know you're referencing that movie that I like. I'm too tired. I don't know what we're talking about. Anyway, so we might switch that, but if we do, we'll give it an official notice. Yeah. I actually got this done really fast. I mean, his face isn't done, but this was so fast. The power of a good sketch, guys, is so incredible. We love the power of one really good sketch. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna zoom all the way in on his face. We're gonna make this a little bit more subtle. Oop. A little bit more subtle. But yeah, I have already had like 200 mishaps with my college just this semester, literally alone. And we are on day 2, and I don't have any classes this semester. It is nuts to me that you could screw up so bad. As a college, what are dumb things that they've done? Oh, well, that's a good eye, but that doesn't look like his eye. Let me zoom in on his eye in this reference picture. Yeah, that's not... Those aren't the same people. We have it come up a little more, and then it doesn't go as far down. Like that. He kind of has like trapezoids for eyes. And And that's because the guy that we based him off of, Zhu Xiaoe, I'm not saying that right, has very, like, trapezoid eyes. Look at those. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. It doesn't look like that at all. Hold on. Ignore that beauty. I gotta fix mine. But he has very, trapezoidal eyes. But my colleague, their Wi-Fi went out at 7 in the morning. So just as all of the like early morning commuters are getting to class, all of the Wi-Fi for the main campus is completely out. There's no Wi-Fi whatsoever. And so as everybody's scrambling, they realize and they send out thank you for the bands. Trippy Boy is looking awesome. Thank you so much, Daffy. I am very proud of my Trippy Boy. But I don't know what nose I just gave him, but we'll fix it. The Wi-Fi went out, and as the Wi-Fi went out, the college... Hold on. The whole college realized, oh no, this is pretty bad. We gave everyone in the 100s and 200s classes the wrong room numbers. So they sent an email out that said, hey, email your teachers and ask them what room they're going to be in. And classes have already started at 7:30 at this point. And I'm just realizing that I never put on my sketch glove and that this could have been so much easier. Let's see. But they said email your professors. But the Wi-Fi was out, so none of us got that email until like noon. And that means that none of us could send emails to our teachers until like noon. So, you know, it was all of the 100s and 200s classes. If you're not in college, those are the very, very beginning classes that you take. So everybody whose first year it was, who had just started like this new chapter of their lives. I still got to sketch. I'm not done sketching. They had no idea what to do. They had absolutely no way to communicate with their teachers. The Wi-Fi was out. They were off alone in the big scary world. Why can't I draw this other eye? We're cheating. We're cheating. It's my favorite time o'clock. It's my favorite time. It's cheating o'clock. And so all of these poor kids who had no understanding of how to exist on a college campus had no way to ask for help about how to exist on a college campus, and they were given all of the wrong classes, which is just objectively hilarious. I, however, only had one 200s class. All of my other classes are 300s and 400s this year. And so I didn't notice anything. I just was like, oh, I'm in the wrong classroom. Let me just wander around and ask people where the accounting 203 class is. And then I found it. And I didn't realize that anything else was wrong. I just figured I got my room number wrong until like noon when that email went out, and I was like, are you kidding me? So college is wild. College is bussin'. I don't even know what to say about it. I probably shouldn't make that noise right in my mic. That probably sounds awful. But we're gonna make his mouth a little further down because I'm realizing that I made his nose too short. Yeah, and that wasn't even like the brunt of it. Don't you love college? Don't you just love that coolig? I realizing I make him look a little bit like sad. Oh, and his eyes are too far apart. But this mouth shape, I was hoping that he would just be like lecturing. I also never drew that hand. What? What is happening? I never finished drawing this hand. But what was I saying? College doesn't sound like High School Musical. I thought there would be more singing. I mean, I'm in the accounting major, so I don't know if maybe it's just that accountants don't sing very much. I can't think of any singing accountants. So, I mean, maybe if I went over to the liberal arts building, there would be more. But no, actually, I don't think I've ever heard singing on campus. You gotta go to university for the good stuff. The good kush, it's all at university. His ears aren't even. This ear is more enlightened than this other ear. Oops. There we go. Now they're both equal. We better be rich singing accountants. I don't know what benefit singing accountants would actually bring to us, but maybe eventually I'll have my own firm or something and we can figure out some singing accountants. Let's see. This actually looks really good. His hat looks slightly off center and very big, but I think it canonically is very big. Does that mean I'm gonna make it super big? No. Trippy Boy does not deserve that. We're gonna squash it down a little bit and just say that he's wearing it kind of at an angle. Actually, that looks even more ridiculous. We're gonna fix his hat. We're gonna fix his hat. I finished this so fast. Thank you, Daffy, for saying I popped off. I totally did. Not to brag. Not to brag, but I popped off. I popped off real hard. Okay. This is the center of his face, so his hat's gonna come up like that. And then like a panel away, it's gonna come up like that. So it's gonna go like bump, 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 bump. Bump, bump. And then like a little one here. And that still like kind of looks off center, but it's okay. Daffy and I have gotten in the habit of saying that we're not allowed to insult ourselves because that's like if we were insulting like the other person's friend, and that's fucking rude. So if one of us says something rude, the other one has to be like, "Don't talk about my friend like that. You can't say that. Don't talk about my friend like that." Like we're gonna fight them. And it's been hilarious, but I've already, and it's only been like 3 days since we started doing this, but I've already like, when I'm not even, exactly, you already said that, in the chat. Like literally I'll just be alone and I'll like drop something. And I'll be like, "Oh, I'm so fucking clumsy." And then I'm like, "Wait, I can't talk about Daffy's friend like that." And then I cringe really hard because I'm alone in a room. And doing a bit with someone who isn't there, and it's hilarious. Bro, his hat! Ah! Okay. It's okay, it's okay. Ugh. I can fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it. I didn't fix it. It's fine. Daffy spamming emojis in the chat. Is that Jinx? I love you, Jinx. Dude, baddie. I love Jinx so much. We're gonna draw one in the back so that we get more of the idea that this is. No, we're not. The hat doesn't get to be 3D. Tyler, you're here just in time because I finished this, which means I can move on to a special treat that I have just for you, which is Daffy's pregnant fursona. And I think Daffy was leaving. He said, "Be right back, real quick." Which means Tyler, I have drawn. Woohoo! He says, I have a pregnant furry for you. Terrible. The words that come out of my mouth sometimes are terrible. I'm gonna use a different pen because this one's giving me grief. Is this one good? This one's great. I like that. Tyler, I don't think he's gonna love it. I hope he's gonna love it. I asked him earlier what his fursona was, and I said, like, I'm doing the courtesy of letting you choose. This is gonna happen either way, and it can be an animal that you want to be, or it can be just whatever I feel like. And on Twitch, he's Daffy Duck, with a 3 to avoid copyright. But his like URL, what shows up in the chat, is what is it? It's I'm famous puppy or infamous puppy. Is it I'm famous puppy or is it infamous puppy? Because those are two very different things. But I said to him, you're either gonna be a puppy or a duck. Which one do you want? And he said, a duck puppy. And I went, nope. You don't get to confuse me. I said one or the other. You didn't choose? Fine. You're a puppy. I didn't ask his favorite color, though. I feel bad. He wants to be a good boy. Tyler, terrible. Horrendous. I'm already drawing him pregnant for you. You don't need to keep being a freak. Let's see. I know I drew this ear wrong. We'll come back to it. I'm gonna give him kind of a flatter skull. And a rounder puppy mouth. A puppy mouth for our good boy. I didn't say that. Jesus, that's terrible. But I really don't have a lot of experience with drawing furries, so I'm very happy that this opportunity arose that I can draw a furry on stream. And also, we'll link to my Patreon when I eventually get a Patreon, and this is just the first in a series. Tyler, no! Tyler, you can't rope me into calling my friend a good boy. That's terrible. Tyler. Tyler, no! He's done it. He's too powerful. This hand looks so good. Look at that hand. Look at those fingers. That's perfect anatomy. Isn't it great? We have our belly bump. Tyler, what am I drawing this fursona in? I think it was you who said that you wanted to see pregnant Daffy. What is he wearing? It has to be clothes. I do need him wearing clothes, for the sake of this stream. That was bad. But it can be whatever. I regret giving you that power already, but whatever you desire, he will be wearing. It just has to be clothes. There we go, that looks better. And I didn't actually finish his belly bump, so we're gonna draw it here. And then it'll come down here. And I'll doodle some clothes on him when you're ready. Second stream and we're already doing Mpreg. Mpreg? Mpreg. I don't know why I said Mpreg. We love it here. Tyler says he has some food. Tyler, what are you eating? I have a bagel with cream cheese and some chamomile tea. I freaking love drinking tea in the morning. Okay, let me go back to my sketch layer and figure out these gears. So it should come here, and then here, and it's gotta be further out. So it's actually gonna be like there, and then there, and it doesn't come any further. I do math. You have pizza! It's like 4 o'clock for you, 4:30, so that makes sense. Unless you're one of those people that eat pizza for breakfast, in which case, what is wrong with you? That's too greasy, and it makes me sick when I eat pizza too early in the morning. I can't do pizza in the morning. No! Tyler agrees with me. Pizza in the morning is terrible. Pizza in the morning makes you so sick. Okay, that looks better. We will tweak and tween once we have it down. But for now, let's not give him a crater for a head. Oh my god. Let's see. Here we go. It still looks like an entirely different ear. I think part of it is because this should come up. There we go. That looks better. Slightly better. It comes out pretty far, but we'll figure it out. You're seeing the resemblance? It really does look like Daffy, doesn't it? It looks just like him. Oh, okay. You know what makes me crack up about this whole situation? We're drawing Journey to the West, and there's also Mpreg, and you would think that that's a distraction from good old Journey to the West, but no. Mpreg canonically happens in Journey to the West, which means that I'm gonna have to draw it at some point. We're gonna have this not come out as far. There we go. That looks good. There is a chapter in Journey to the West in which our pilgrims wander upon an entire kingdom populated only by women. It is lovely, Tyler. And you never told me what clothes you wanted this man in. But we come upon a kingdom entirely populated by women, very cleverly named the Women's Kingdom. And immediately upon crossing into this kingdom, Tripitaka, our golden boy right here, decides that he's super hungry. Not hungry, he's thirsty. And decides to drink straight river water with one of his disciples, Pigsy, who we haven't drawn yet. He's our only disciple that we don't have designed. Which is funny because we started designing him first, but we're just not done. But he decides to drink straight river water, and one of the women walk up to him and they're like, "Did you just drink water from that specific stream?" And he goes, "Yes, like the only stream that's here. Yes, I did do that." And she goes, "Oh, so that's not good." That's actually really bad, fun fact. And he asks her why. Why is that bad? She says, "Well, there's only women in this entire kingdom. There's no men." He goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "And since there's no men whatsoever, we kind of had to find a different way to have kids." And he goes, "Yeah." She says, "That stream magically makes you pregnant." To which I assume he goes, "Fucking what?" And not only does it magically make you pregnant, but you go from having no kids to being actively in labor with a baby girl. Um, and that's the chapter. Tripitaka gives birth. He doesn't actually give birth. They go and they get abortion water because the way to stop it, because supposedly this happens a lot, is to go to a completely different river. That eye looks terrible. That eye looks atrocious. We're gonna, oh my god. The only way to fix it is to go to an entirely different stream and get abortion water and drink that before you give birth. So Sun Wukong has to book it across town, up a mountain, fight a guy who's guarding the abortion water, bring the abortion water back, give it to his master and his brother disciple Pigsy, and stop the birth before it happens. And this is a real canon thing that happens. And it's not even the end of the Women's Kingdom arc. Like, more happens while they're in that kingdom. This is terrible. So, at first, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to draw Daffy's persona pregnant. This is gonna be the dumbest thing I've ever drawn in my life. And then I was like, wait. It's not the dumbest thing I've ever drawn in my life. Because you know what else I'm gonna have to draw? I'm gonna have to draw Tripitaka pregnant too. I can't wait to see it either, Tyler. I'm so excited. It looks like an animatronic. Sorry, I need to stop horse laughing straight into my mic. But I mean, if I was gonna laugh at anything, I'd have to laugh at this, right? Dear God. He's terrible. He's horrible. I'm just gonna put him in a t-shirt. He needs to be wearing clothes or I'm gonna crash out. This is a horrendous thing that you all have summoned on me. Doop. Okay, he's wearing clothes. We'll give him a shirt. There we go. And just to make it super obvious. Yeah. My handwriting's better when I'm not on tablet. But yeah, I hope that helps cue you into why I love this book so much. It's honestly one of the best chapters. Just in terms of sheer entertainment, it's hilarious. And which of these other ones should I draw? I never finished the legs over here. That'll be fun when I get to it. We'll draw this guy next. We have Trippy in a tree. And let's see. We'll start on this bottom layer. Draw these things in the back. Tyler says, Loki, I'm not a reader, but I think it would be funny to see. One of the reasons that I really do want to turn this into a web series is because it's really funny, but you can tell that it just kind of wasn't made to be a book. Like, there's a lot of visual humor in the series that it just starts describing. Well, I guess the fabric would kind of go more like that. Like, it just starts telling you exactly what's going on. And, like, it still lands. Like, it's still really funny. But you're like, oh, this guy from the 1500s, he would have loved animation and SNL. Because he really just wanted to write, like, a million SNL skits. That's genuinely what Journey to the West reads as is just SNL skit after SNL skit. Yay! Tyler has good Wi-Fi. Oh, I keep drawing the bottom arm like he doesn't have sleeves. The bottom of the arm. Bottom arm. I'll draw it more like a triangle like that. Triffertalk is like surprisingly easy to draw, I think, because he's so swaddled in so much fabric that I just get to be like, yeah, that's just how his shirt falls, actually. And I don't actually have to think about like the anatomy of it. The only thing that's difficult is this stupid Kasaya. Which is giving me grief right now, even. Wait, how would this work? Because that's the back of his arm, isn't it? So this is actually going to drape over his entire body on this side, because he has his arm brought up over his body. And then it'll go like that. What do I study in college again? I am an accountant. It's mostly a backup plan. I'm not like incredibly passionate about accounting, but I hope to get into event planning and event management. And I know some people who do event planning and event management, and they all have math-based business degrees, because it's a great in to figure out event planning. Lots of people don't realize that they need managers, but they do know they need accountants. So if you can get hired as an accountant, you'll find yourself surrounded by people who need event managers. So technically I'm an accountant, but that's not entirely the goal. I'm actually okay at math, which is funny because I don't like math. I'm just okay at it. Like, I just happen to be good at math. Which upsets everybody who likes math and is good at math, and everybody who hates math and is bad at math. Because in both of their minds, you can only ever possibly be good at math if you're really passionate for math. And I don't like math, like, at all. I am cranking these out. This is going really fast. This part of his robe should fall more like this. But I tell people all the time I'm really not that passionate about math. I think it's okay, you know. He looks kind of old. I haven't even drawn his face, but this gives me the impression of an old man. That's okay. Over him, I'm gonna draw this tree branch. Or to make it a bit of a thicker brush if it lets me. Hello? There we go. Thicker branch. Tyler's moving on over to YouTube. We will see you over on YouTube. I can only imagine that that'll make things a lot easier for you, yeah. We're gonna have a thing come up and over like that. We'll add some more details to it if we have time. But, I mean, I'm almost done with this one, which means that we got 3 drawings in not even an hour. Which is, like, crazy considering that last stream I didn't even finish my drawing. Like, I barely was able to throw some colors on him. And that was just the one drawing. What's up, dude? Daffy! Daffy, welcome back! Daffy! Daffy, I'll let you choose the colors. What color fur would you have if you were a dog? What color eyes would you have, dude? Hello, Tyler. Oh, was Twitch better? I have 2 comments on YouTube. Your cheeky god on YouTube. Brown, purple shirt. Yay! We're gonna color in Daffy real quick. Daffy gives me Rottweiler vibes. I didn't draw a Rottweiler, I just kind of drew like in general a dog. I'll give you kind of an orangish brown. Like that? Oh, wait, hold on. We'll do to a specific layer. We'll go all the way up. And we'll say that one. I think it's that one. Nope. Whatever, we'll do the canvas and just turn off the sketch layer. Oh, the colors are going crazy. Not the colors, the chat's going crazy. Blue, maybe purple. Ooh, purple or blue. The most badass of the pack. That sunrise will look good. I just threw things together, man. I don't know what you're talking about. It looks solidly fine. We're just throwing colors. Just throwing colors. That's maybe too rich. We'll do like here, so you can at least get a feel for the vibe. So fur, there we go. Oh. My favorite thing about the bucket tool is when I do these lazy drawings like this, I get to play detective and figure out Daffy's gonna post this. Daffy's gonna put this on his OnlyFans, on his Patreon, on his Rule 34. We talked about getting fan art. Daffy, did you expect the first fan art to be me? I doubt you did. We'll do more of a pig for the inside of the ear. Daffy, what color would your Fursona's eyes be? I'm curious. You know, just curious. You already have a subscriber to your OnlyFans, dude. We already said we were only gonna charge like $10. Purple shirt. We'll give you a pretty bright purple. I'm having too much fun with this. I think that's the real sin here. That is a bright purple. Hold on. A little more muted of a purple. I'm having way too much fun with this. Is this my new passion? Am I really into drawing this kind of stuff? There we go. There we go. This is Tyler. Just dream some purple eyes. Okay, purple shirt, purple eyes. They match. And we'll give you some dark eyebrows so that they don't stick out like a crazy amount. Whoop. There you go, Debbie. Why is it good? I don't think it's that good. I mean, look at the amount of effort I put into this and then the amount of effort I put into Tripitaka. I didn't draw Tripitaka's fingers. Or his eyes. And I gave up on the hat. Maybe I did put more effort into drawing you pregnant. You want it 3D printed for your birthday, Tyler? Sure. We'll figure that out. I'll make you a poster. I'll make you an Mpreg poster. With Daffy and Tripitaka and a Catboy. Yeah, that sounds like fun. We're all going to Samsara. Absolutely horrendous. And it's the only thing colored too. Our lead artist does this. Hey, hey, hey. Yes. I mean, I don't have any response to that actually. Yes, I did. It's still too big. There we go. Okay, let's go back to Art Reference Central. His face looks like that. I'm stuck between making his face kind of like plump and making it kind of long. Like I feel like I found a nice like kind of square middle when I first drew him, and I'm struggling to get back to that reasonable kind of middle. So we're gonna shave him down from the sketch quite a bit because I made this face very, yeah, plump, round. You won't see this in the trailer because it would be so much work to redo the rigs, but I am hoping, just because I think it'd be neat. Well, that's a really short, wide face. I am hoping, just because I think it would be a neat detail to add, that going crazy in the chat, that we can draw Tripitaka kind of more. I'm trying to think of a polite way to say it, but the word I'm looking for is fat. I'm hoping that he'll be fat at the beginning of the series, and then like very quickly lose like a lot of weight, like a concerning amount of weight, as the series goes on, like as he actually starts traveling, because he spent like the first like 30 or so years of his life in a monastery, like just meditating, you know, like not doing anything super rigorous. Of course, like, you know, you still need to tend a monastery. There was still like chores, but he really would have no reason to be like super skinny like they make him in some versions. And I was thinking about it and I was like, well, no, it does make sense that he'd be super skinny because he's been traveling and eating nothing but just like what he can fucking find. Fat with a PH. Or no, you mean thick. I mean like Budai. I mean, I want him to look like Budai. But there's really no reason that he would be like super skinny unless he's like slowly starving to death. And then I was like, wait, that's evil. I should totally do that. And so, I mean, in the trailer, just so that you can understand that you're looking at the same guy in each shot, he would be, you know, the same rig, the same character. But I do think it would be neat if after we establish that he's like, you know, not overweight, not unhealthy, but that like naturally he should be fat. If we take that away to be like, by the way, he's slowly dying for these scriptures. I think that would be terrible. Please color something other than me pregnant. Yeah, we'll see if we have time. You know. Well, I mean, these are just sketches. They don't exactly take priority in the same way that Daffy pregnant takes priority in my life. This is actually me soft launching, like Mpreg. I'm gonna invent Mpreg in real life. It's gonna happen. You watch out, Daffy. It's gonna happen to you. But let's see, we do this nice eye here. It kind of a little bit reminds me of those really dramatic pharaoh eyes that you would see in like things with pharaohs. Stop launching your NSFW art career. No, we're not gonna unpregnant him. Tyler, we're just gonna color in something else. But supposedly, you know, maybe. I'm gonna fix this tangent real quick. But I think that'd be a neat evil detail to add. I think that would maybe be super sad. There we go. There we go. And then we'll draw his feet. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Ba-doop. Oops. Boop, boop. Boop. Boop, boop. Let's see. We have this here. I forgot to draw this branch in the middle of his arms. So it just kind of looks like he's resting on nothing. I need to sneeze. I muted that just in time. I watched the noise peak all the way up to the top red. Nah, I see your cookies with toilet water and chocolate custard and juice on them. What? Beans and pizza. What is happening in the chat? Hold on. Are we making fun of someone for being British? I wasn't looking at the chat. I was drawing a branch. Fish and chips. Nah, never mind, Tyler. Bro, it's pizza. Not fish and chips. Fish and pizza? Really? Is it because I'm British? What are we talking about? I'm trying to think of weird American foods, but obviously all of the American foods are normal to me. You know what confuses me is beef Wellington. Is that a British thing or is that a Welsh thing? And also, it's just an entire steak inside a loaf of bread? What is beef Wellington? Someone needs to explain that to me. He's stereotyping me for being British. You don't know beef Wellington? I've seen it once before in my life. And as far as I can tell, it is literally like steak inside of bread. And I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know what to think about that. Oh, I never drew the other side of his Kasaya. I guess we'll draw it just like that. Am I crazy? Am I the only one who knows what that is? Hi, sister! It's Rainbow Kitty Cat in the chat. Tyler says that might be Welsh. It sounds terrible. That's a horrible thing to say. Well, in that order, it's a horrible thing to say. But let me fix that little bit there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Rainbow Kitty Cat cameo. Oh, and now that she's here, I'm in history right now. I'm drawing a Native America. Like, a person? Or like, what America looks like before it got colonized. American. There we go. That makes more sense. We'll see. Let's have Chipchaka looking like down and forward. I didn't draw his lips. He has no mouth. There we go. Ah, he's cute. I actually like that a lot. Cute. I made his neck look funny. That's not his neck, actually. That's just the fold for his robe. So I need to make that look less like a neck. There we go. Ah, cutie. So neat. Yo, yo, what do you think of pregnant Daffy? They told me, they said $10, draw Mpreg. I said, okay, as long as it's Daffy. That's not how it happened. Coolest thing ever. Terrible. Terrible and horrible and horrible and terrible. I also have a top hat on. Because I said first person to put a hat in the chat. I'll wear it tomorrow. And also, okay, say hi to Jack. Also, now feels like a really good time to maybe throw in some promotional BS. I don't think there's any new viewers in the chat in the first place, so I'm going to be super brief. All of this is for an animation series that I am working on with my dearest friend Daffy, who is pregnant right now. We are doing a one-off series, not a one-off series, a full series of Journey to the West, the ancient Chinese novel. It is about our main dude who I've been drawing, Tripitaka, and 3 demons and a dragon who is pregnant is crazy. All going west to meet Buddha personally so he can give them some jazzed scriptures. We got our drawings of pretty much the whole main cast. Tripitaka, when we figure out what colors we want to put him in, will be up on this screen pretty soon. But we got Sandy in the middle, we got Wukong on the top and on the bottom, we got some backgrounds we're working on. We are, chugging straight along. We're going straight into the rigging as soon as we can. And, of course, we need to ask the eternal question, who got Daffy pregnant? Who was that? Who is it, Daffy? Who got you pregnant? What you doing caked up? Terrible, terrible. No. Daffy says I am the best artist, especially for drawing him pregnant. He was super okay with it. It was his idea. We wanted this so bad. Terrible. Positively terrible. Let's see. Okay. Quick vote. Should I draw this one? Oh, you guys can't see what it looks like. Should I draw this one of him standing and looking off to the side, or should I draw this one of him sitting on a ledge? I've drawn one of him standing and one of him sitting. So, one or two. Which one am I drawing? And while you guys vote, I am going to check my stream health. That goes in the Discord. Going straight in the Discord with this one. While you guys vote, I am really quickly gonna check my stream health, which means I'm gonna go into voting mode. Bye-bye. Oh wait, I can still talk while you guys are here. Hold on, we'll be right back. Let's see, we've gotten 2 views here. Looks like nothing's glitching. We're chilling. Super excited to see it. Cool. Let me set things back up. We're chilling. All right. No votes? No votes. That sucks. Maybe there's really bad latency. I'll give it another minute. And while I'm giving it another minute, I will throw some colors on our standing Tripitaka. And I'll draw his eyes in. And he'll be looking that way, I guess. I'm terrible at drawing 2 eyes at once. I have like the artist problem. English? What's the vote again? What am I drawing? Do I draw Tripitaka standing up over on this side, or am I drawing him over on this side, or am I drawing him sitting down over on this side, because I am not quite sure if we'll get through all of them. So whichever one we want to see again. On that side. Pregnant angle? What are we talking about? Let's see. I actually don't remember what skin tone I gave him. So we're gonna give him some random skin tone. We're gonna make him maybe have like a yellowish undertone, just for fun. Oh, that's super bland. Nope. Bruh. Is that a skin tone? Or am I nuts now? That's a skin tone. We can make it better. Bro, am I gonna have to break out the flesh cloud? No, that's a skin tone. We did it. I'm gonna go ahead and see how much the bucket can help us out with this one. Whoop. I might have made this confusing. I forget that you guys can't very easily see what my sketches are. Well, now you can't see them at all. Super Cat Super ASMR stream coming to a Patreon near you. I like the idea that there are local Patreons. That's probably a thing. Let's see. We'll make him blue. What if he's blue? We're actually struggling a lot to figure out what color we want Tripitaka to be wearing. Because on one hand, initially, Tripitaka, like in canon, wears bright red and bright yellow. However, Wukong wears bright red and bright yellow. And we can't possibly have two bright reds, bright yellows. That would be ridiculous. So we were like, oh, let's put him in a softer color. But every time we put him in a softer color, he looks bad. There's not really another way to put it. He looks booty. He looks terrible. We'll make that lighter. And if he doesn't look bad, then he does look like he stands out way too much compared to the rest of the cast because everybody else is very orange. We have Wukong is red and orange and yellow and a little bit of green. Wukong's all of the colors, let's be so for real. And then we have Sandy, who is orange and green. And we don't have Pigsy yet, but he'll either be pink or brown, because he's a pig. And so we sit there and we go, what if Tripitaka's purple? And then he looks ridiculous. And we cry a little bit, but it's okay, because it's only a little bit. So that is definitely not going to be the color that we stick with for him, because this is just something I threw together. But I actually don't mind it that much. It's a fun idea to put him in blue. Blue's not his color. But it's okay, we tried our best. And that's all that matters, is we tried our best. But you'll probably see him cycle through a lot of colors. Until we get one that we feel we really understand. To be like, oh yeah, that's him, that's our boy. Because it's hard to make a character who is like very gentle and comforting, but also like not I don't know, one that's like a gentle, kind of strong, like a firm, I guess, force in someone's life. That came out weird. Whatever. That also doesn't clash too brilliantly with our good friend Wukong. So, you know, it's whatever. We're gonna draw this guy. Nobody voted. I think I didn't explain what I was trying to do very well. That's okay. We're gonna draw standing Trippy, because that's easier than sitting Trippy. And why would I make my life harder? So we got his big ol' ears. Actually didn't put as much effort into this pose and the other pose because I really didn't think that we were gonna get this far. So this is gonna be much more difficult for me, but hopefully that's entertaining for everybody else. But I mean, he's chilling. He's chilling. This hand is gonna be so much of a struggle because I already really could not figure it out. Daffy says, also him animated will look different from sketch color, so we will have to mess with the colors. Of course. Yeah, this is obviously, like we say that we have the final designs and everything, but we really don't until they're already moving. All of this is, we're super early in production, and we have such a big following for how early in production we are. I checked our page the other day, and we have something like, I didn't need to draw the bottom of his arm. It's okay, I'll remember eventually. But I checked, and we have something like 12 followers on our Journey West Studios, which is crazy because we don't have any videos up at all. So let's see, this is gonna come down, and we'll have it kind of fall in like that, and kind of imply that it's doing the same on the other side. And then come up. Like that. I don't know that. The shorts have been doing really good too. Yeah, I checked my page this morning. I have like well over 1,000 views on just some short that we published about Daffy not knowing his colors, which is crazy. Like, just actually insane. Super exciting, but really scary. We're really excited to have everybody watching us be stupid. Let's see. We go out like this. The sleeve will be much easier to draw. And then I've been posting my VODs on Twitch. I've been really excited that you can just post your lives and they'll stay up for a little bit. And they, like this art stream, especially last week, did amazing. It got something like 50 extra views. And that was after everything. It was nuts. Hey, Flapjack! It's so good to see you! Let me zoom out and show you everything really quick. We got Tripitaka right here. We got Tripitaka again with a bigger head. We got Tripitaka that I'm drawing a third time. And we also have my co-star, and he's pregnant. This is my favorite thing I've drawn ever in my life. Flapjack is an old friend from when I worked at Five Guys. We have not seen each other, like, at all since. We went and got lunch at a McDonald's one time. So I have been missing him severely. It's okay, it's okay. We have fun here, no worries about pregnant Deffy. He was excited for it, despite what he says. This is gonna come down like this. Oops. But I'm so sorry work is boring without me. But I hope things get better. Deffy works at, or not Deffy, sorry. There's so many people in my chat. Flapjack works at one of the biggest Five Guys, like I think in America. So, you know, bored isn't what I'd imagine he is, but I'd rather bored than suffering. You met one of the Five Guys? You met one of the Five Guys? That's crazy. Are they still alive? I assumed that the father who founded it, because I know it's a family place, is no longer with us, right? Chad. His name is Chad. I have purposefully forgotten every single detail about the Five Guys lore. I've shoved it into the back recesses of my mind. Except for the fact that our boss hated me. That's hilarious and will never leave me. Because our boss hated me. The father is still alive? Seriously? That's crazy. We're gonna have his Saya come down. That's nuts. I had no idea that his father was still alive. The father was still alive. Great Father Five Guys. Still kicking around, and you met... Yeah, our old boss really seriously sucked. I'm happy you got out of there, and I'm sorry that this new place sucks. I'm gonna try and give him lots of spikies. Maybe if I do lots of spikies. I know that's not what they're called, but I don't know what they are called. On his hat. Maybe that'll look better. There we go. He looks a little short, I feel like. Both like in the face and just in general. Trippy Boy's looking a little short. So I think I'm gonna, at the very least, fix his face here. We'll bring, oops. I'm on the sketch layer. There we go. No, nothing wrong with the short king at all. However, our king here is incredibly tall. It's just the way he is. There we go. Longer face for Trippy Boy. We'll give him his nice eyebrows. His little pointy nose. And I'm actually not too happy with how I drew this one eye. Well, let's look here. And really what I think it is that he's looking down, but the eye is angled up. So we're gonna go into the sketch layer here. Get rid of that eye. Oops. And go like that. Boom, boom. Oh wait. should be closer. Boom, boom. And it'll go up. And like that. There we go, that looks better. The way that I sketch eyes is always a little silly looking, but let's see. There, that looks better. We'll make it a little bit bigger, just for the sake of big ol' cartoon eyes. That's actually funny that I mentioned big ol' cartoon eyes. Because I don't think my art style looks at it, but I originally got into drawing by drawing Gravity Falls. I would draw Dipper and Mabel like constantly, and human Bill Cipher, which was just, you know, the skinny white guy in the suit that everybody drew way back in the way. I keep drawing his eye really far down. Hold on. We're gonna have it come up here and end there. And it's really just supposed to be an impression of an eye. I dropped my pen. Really just supposed to be the impression of an eyeball. But here we go. But I started drawing Gravity Falls and trying to make human designs for Bill Cipher. Elite Ball says Daffy. I adore Gravity Falls, and I'll still watch it back when I'm bored. But it wasn't until like I think the year before COVID that I finally was like, oh, I should maybe be good at art. What if I tried to be really good at art? And so I went for realism, and then I realized realism was really hard. And then I tried anime, and I realized I hated the anime style. But for a while I did draw like Bungo Stray Dogs. I was so into Bungo Stray Dogs. And I bought a couple of the Black Butler manga. Great series, by the way. If you get past all of the sex. It's a lot of sex. But this is bothering me. But I got a couple of the Black Butler manga so that I could copy their faces, because I love the expressions in it and I love the fashion in it. And I was really excited about... Does that look better? I guess he kind of looks like he has really dry eyes. And then we're just gonna hide his fingers in this sketch, because no matter what I've done with this hand right here, it has looked trash. So going in line with the way his arm is, we're just going to... There. He has no hand. He has no hand. I gave up. Those don't look like knuckles at all. So I've had such a funny art journey, I think. Bill is my spirit animal. Terrifying. That's terrifying, actually. Please don't give me, like, deer teeth, or something. But I've had such a funny art journey, I feel like, for my art to end up the way that it is, because I know people from all of those fandoms, and they all have incredible like art styles, and like incredibly goofy and dynamic art styles, and I feel like I ended up looking like I learned how to draw from like the Marvel comics, which isn't bad. I love the Marvel comics. But it's kind of the last thing I expected my art to end up looking at. He is such a fun voice. Bill Cipher is. We're talking about Bill Cipher in the chat on Twitch over here. Antenna from Deltarune. I haven't played Deltarune yet. But I did love Undertale. And I loved whatever it was that Temmie did later. I know she did another series that was pretty silly. I don't think it was a series actually. I think it was one game. This foot is bothering me. But there we go, that's better. And I never actually drew his hat. But I love that humor too. I don't think I don't think Journey to the West will have the same humor as like Undertale and Gravity Falls. It's slightly more serious in subject matter. I'm also hoping it won't be as moralistic. That's not the right word, but you know, like it's not gonna be like moral of the story is this, that. Though Daffy and I were joking about that if we made it into like a silly kids show. If we had at the end of every episode Wukong faces the camera and is like, and remember, it's always important to share. I think I would actually pee myself. If we wrote something like for kids that had Sun Wukong in it. Sun Wukong is the least kid-friendly. Or maybe Jiwaje is. Pigsy is also significantly not kid-friendly, but I would consider that for Rule 34 reasons. And not violent graphic murder reasons. And you know, just I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not a kids show, but it would be hilarious if we made it like a kids show. Hey, these seriously aren't looking bad, and I have an extra 30 minutes to draw that difficult one, which means I won't finish it. But it's great. I keep forgetting to draw where his eyes are looking. There we go, and his mouth. I zoom in and I zoom out and I zoom in and I zoom out and I zoom in. And I zoom out. And I zoom in and I zoom out. That one looks goofy. We're gonna move on. Remember kids, don't steal a sky pillar and kidnap wives. The more you know. Yeah, that's what every moral of the story would have to be. Pigsy, who I keep talking about because we haven't designed him and I'm feeling guilty about having not designed him yet, is the story you meet him in. He has kidnapped a woman and just decided that that's his bride now. It didn't actually go like that. He proposed and she said yes. But she didn't realize he was ugly. And so everybody's really upset about the fact that this beautiful woman is married to this really, really ugly guy. By ugly, I mean straight up a demon. And so Wukong has to go save that guy, the lady. I'm not gonna draw Tripitaka's hat in this one because he's looking down, and I think it would take up too much of like his face. I'm also gonna give him a neck, so I can give him a neck here. Just lift that up. There we go. It's like a dark contemplative series at some random points, and just an incredibly dumb one at others. So like Wukong spends half of that chapter telling off the father-in-law, Pigsy's father-in-law. I'm not responding to that. For being like, oh, so you have a hard-working son-in-law who like protects your daughter and proposed in like the legal fashion and courted her and she said yes, and you're like upset that he's secretly ugly? And the father-in-law's like, yeah. You wouldn't be upset. And so, I mean, I feel bad for Pixie. People are really mean to Pixie. Like fandom and other like renditions of the series, people are really mean to Pixie, and I don't think he deserves that. I mean, he just kidnapped a lady. What are we supposed to do? Not kidnap women? Come on. Come on. But I do think on the list of crimes that happen in Journey to the West, his is significantly significantly reduced, because not only did he like legally propose to her, but he also just is super sweet to her. And the only time that we see them interact, he's incredibly kind. Ice King ass take. You're right. You know what? Ice King did nothing wrong. I actually never watched Adventure Time. I know that he kidnaps princesses, and then it turns out that it's not for weird reasons. That's all I got. And he's also a twink. Is he also a twink? I don't remember. And there's that show Fiona and Puppy Cat. I never watched either of them, though. Okay, Fabric's gonna come here. How would this work? If he's sitting on one leg, canceled on all platforms. They're gonna execute me in the streets. I had opinions about a popular kids cartoon. Actually don't know how his robe is gonna work here. He is gonna wear pants. We're putting him in pants. Screw this outfit. Screw this costume. My boy's in pants. This will be younger Tripitaka. Before he journeys west, he's gonna wear pants. Yep. Which means I get to give him booty. Already, this looks equally bad. Like I said, I did not plan this sketch out very well, because I didn't think we were gonna get to it. Pants are for the adventureless, I guess. Listen! You gotta wear the fancy robes to go on the adventure. You can't wear pants. Who wears pants to go do something exciting? Ridiculous. Did you guys hear that? My cat's screaming at me. Hello, Mango. Do you have something to say? Mango. He ran away. Oh, I should draw my cat Mango. I love you, Mango. What is this as? Hold on. I drew these hips all wrong. Tell Mango I said I love you, Mango. He's taking a shit right now, but I'll tell him later. Dummy thick. Jesus. When I said I wanted him to be fatter before the series, I didn't mean a dump truck. Thick thighs and nothing else? No. This is a terrible drawing. This is a terrible drawing. It's okay. Let's see. Actually, I spend so much time sketching for these streams just because I hate watching people draw because I feel like it's so boring. So I figure at the very least we can be watching the really entertaining parts, which is like me doing the colors and, you know, having it kind of all like genuinely come together. But this one I really didn't think we were gonna get to today, so I was like, no, it's fine, it'll just be there for set dressing. And here I am cranking things out as fast as possible. His leg looks broken. Ah! Okay. It's okay. We can fix this. We'll draw from where his knee starts. It makes like a that shape. And then we just erase. And erase here. I will clean this sketch up like a lot before it gets posted anywhere. Don't we worry. Don't we worry. Don't you worry. About a thing. That song from Sing. Has anyone watched Sing recently? Because I haven't seen it since I was little. And not like little, but like since it first came out. I don't remember if it's good or not. And I kind of want to rewatch it because I still listen to the music from it. But if it's bad, then I'm not going to want to listen to the music. So I have a dilemma. So somebody could just tell me if that movie was good. Oh yeah, Daffy cried to Sing, which is crazy because I don't remember what scene he could possibly have cried to. But I assume you were also younger when you cried to Sing. I didn't think about what shirt to give him. I just gave him kind of a flowy shirt. We'll give him long sleeves. We'll give him some nice sleeves that make my job even easier. But I am actually really impressed with how much drawing I've already done today, because again, it's really early in the morning for me. Let's see, we'll erase this, and that'll be the sleeve arm. We'll just erase this whole thing. Whoosh. That looks fine. He looks fine. Yo, what's up, Tyler? Welcome back. We were just debating if Sing was a good movie. The Elephant Girl and the Gorilla and his dad. I don't remember the Elephant Girl. I do know that the dad broke out of prison and stole a helicopter to say hi to his son, and I remember, like, even when it came out, I was like, that's a lot for this movie. Because it was not like a high-stakes action-adventure movie, so stealing a helicopter was nuts. But maybe it worked. I don't know. I haven't seen it since it came out. I'm gonna fix his face. His face is, again, very short. We're gonna make it like that instead. And give him an eyebrow and cheek line. Never mind, that made him look like an alien. But I'm trying to think of things to talk about. Loki, I love Loki. I watched Loki. I watched the first episode again because you mentioned it in our first stream last week. And I was like, oh my god, wait, Loki, and Tyler are... No! Loki is, like, the original baddie. We love Loki. That's not true. The original baddie was probably I don't know who came before Loki, like the Norse god. What's a myth that's older than Norse mythology? Who's the OG baddie? Wukong. Wukong! Actually, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Who came first, actually? I don't know. I can feel myself running out of things to talk about. And I'm struggling to draw this line so bad. There we go. There we go. I drew the line. Now we do the eyes. Don't say whoosh-long in the chat, you freak. I don't know if I want to cheat on the eyes yet or not. Whoosh. We go whoop, 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 eyebrow. And whoop, 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 eyebrow. Those are two very different eyebrows. We'll give him his pretty princess nose. A small little mouth with a small little smile. And give him a shirt line. We'll do the basic fold so that it at least looks like he's not just wearing something that you would grab at Forever 21. Because let's be real, like the wide-legged pants and the flowy shirt with the end. Hermes is older. Is Hermes a baddie? Can we get a vote in the chat? Is Hermes a baddie? I think Hermes is a baddie. If Hermes is older than Loki, would Aphrodite be older than Loki? Because let's not make any risks here. Aphrodite is absolutely the OG baddie. He's gonna be looking down, actually. And yeah, we're gonna cheat on that eye, because I did that really good and really fast, and I know I'm not gonna be able to recreate it. Thick thighs from all that running. No, he hasn't run from anything yet. This is pre-trauma Tripitaka. Tripatrauma. That's bad. Does that look good? I think his eye looks a little further down on that side. Yep, hold on, I gotta fix it. There we go. Okay, that one looks fine. I mean, I should definitely fix his skull shape. Oh, Hermes' thighs are thick. Absolutely. Never ever try that. When am I gonna get a video? Oh, no. Tyler, no, dude. I know we're talking about which god is hottest and oldest, but keep it PG, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright, not bad. I forgot to draw his foot. I forgot to draw his foot. But honestly, not a bad lineup for 2 hours of drawing. I mean, this is pretty correct. Yeah, I might just fix this head shape over here, and this head shape over here, and this head shape over here. But these two, correct. Absolutely correct. We'll get better at drawing skulls. And one last time. Tyler is not banned. Tyler cannot be banned. Tyler is my favorite. One last time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the entire concept of Journey to the West, an ancient Chinese novel that I am adapting to YouTube. It's gonna be on the YouTubes. If you have not already, please go find Journey West Studios. I will find it for you, actually, and throw that in the chat for us, because I want everybody to be ready. We are maybe going to be dropping just a short pitch sometime in the week. We're super excited to see everybody there. Oh, unless I can't find my own channel. That would be hilarious if I can't find my own channel. No, here it is, we're good. We will drop that in the YouTubes and in the Twitches. Journey West Studios on all, well, not on all of the platforms actually, just specifically on our favorite, our YouTube. We're going to be doing all of our animation is going to go there. When we actually make the series, it's going to go there, and we're all going to be super excited to see where everything ends up next. So as always, I'm super excited to see everybody. And I don't know why I thought I could pitch for 10 minutes straight. But while I have the time... Oh, I'm not even on the right thing. I'm not on my pitch deck. While I have the time, does anyone have any extra last-minute drawing requests? It will not be nearly as polished as what I was bringing up before, but if you have something silly that you want me to draw, I absolutely can for the next, 10, 11 minutes or so. Daffy says pregnant cat monkey. Girls can't get pregnant. That doesn't make any sense. It's called Mpreg, not Fempreg. Dang. Yeah, no, fun fact, they patched that girls don't get pregnant, it's the guys. I'm gonna switch back over to my drawing. Yeah, bro, what you on about? And some of these look just fine. It's just that they look bad, you know? Draw beans and toast. Yeah, okay. Let me real quick see if I can just magically fix this face orientation. Just kidding, I don't even know what line it's on. There we go. Ah! What did I do? Beans and toast. Okay. We'll do a dark brown for some crust. You ready? This is gonna be so good. This looks great already. We'll do a lighter, more yellowy brown for the inside. And is it beans on toast? Or am I drawing beans and toast? Because I've never heard of anyone eating, like, beans on toast. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone eating beans and toast either, actually, now that I think about it. Is that a real thing? Is that, like... Is this something I don't know about? Is this a delicacy somewhere? Because if it is, I have no idea what we're talking about. But separately, I'm gonna draw a plate. British delicacy. I had no idea. Behold my plate. And we'll draw some beans on there. We'll do some brown beans. Beans are really easy, actually. Cause you just gotta make like kind of that shape. And we'll just do a bunch of beans. do somewhere on this side. Somewhere like that. We'll do a different layer. We'll layer our beans. Don't forget to layer your beans, guys. Don't always remember to layer your beans. A can of beans on toast. I forgot my can opener. Yeah, okay. Well, really quick, I'm gonna copy, paste, move some beans. Paste, move some beans, so it looks like there's a whole bunch of them. And then we'll erase this thing of toast so that we can draw it in perspective. Just kidding. And we'll draw a can of beans. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, fill that in. We'll do some darker lines because it's one of those cans. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then going over that in bright yellow, we're gonna have a thing that goes. That's not bright enough, actually. Whoop. This is the most beautiful thing we've drawn on stream. This big old can of beans. And we'll do red text, or maybe like a brownish. Beans. Does that look good? Are we happy with that? We'll do some perspective. I'll make her extra fancy for us. Goes behind there. We'll go whoop. Whoop. Makes me want beans. If this is what makes you want beans, then I think you should chase that, you know? Chase whatever makes you want beans. There we go. Beans and toast. We love to see it. Absolutely ridiculous. Go check out Journey West Studios. Feel free to follow me on Twitch and Tumblr and YouTube. It is SuperCat500, same as whatever you're looking on right now. It's the same thing on everything else. And of course, go follow my stream partner, the man, the myth, the legend. Go find I'm Famous Puppy or Daffy Duck on everything that you could possibly imagine. Daffy is everywhere. He will never leave us. So fun to see everybody. And we will catch you next Monday at same time as always, 8 o'clock BST. Goodbye, goodbye. So good to see everybody.